Today, Attorney General Jeff Sessions submitted a letter of resignation to the White House as chief law enforcement officer of the country. In his letter, he said he was doing so at the request of President Trump. So President Trump tweeted that he was going to name Matt Whitaker, who has been Sessions' chief of staff, to the position of acting attorney general. Matt Whitaker has been by Sessions' side for more than a year now. He is a former United States attorney from Iowa, and he's a former college football player. What's unclear, though, is what role, if any, he would have in overseeing Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. That investigation has been overseen by Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. The Justice Department did not announce any sort of departure for him, and so we are still trying to understand whether that oversight would change. So the relationship between President Trump and Attorney General Sessions has been difficult, even toxic, for more than a year and a half now. And if you rewind the clock, this all goes back to March 2017, when Sessions, in his very first press conference to members of the media, announced that he was recusing from the Russian investigation, from the investigation into potential coordination between his campaign and the Kremlin. And that was a decision that made President Trump irate. He has repeatedly said that had he known that Sessions was going to recuse, he would have never picked him in the first place. And so he has been very angry about that. Sessions, however, has been determined to do his work, do his job, not resign. And so it's been basically a stalemate in Washington for a long time as to, who would get fired, who would resign, and now we're where we are. So we do think that Mueller's in sort of his final stages of the investigation. And so it's not clear that anybody has a desire to upset the apple cart in terms of the chain of command. One thing that's been interesting to note is that Matt Whitaker, in a prior life as a CNN commentator, as a conservative former United States attorney, has been sort of skeptical about elements of the Mueller investigation. He has suggested that Trump was within his rights to consider Mueller to have crossed a red line if he began investigating Trump's finances. So he has indicated, at least in a pre-Justice Department life, that he was not someone who wanted to give Mueller carte blanche.